get started in just a few seconds. And here's Shireen.
Hi everybody. It's Shireen from Moji, Masala. Welcome. It is about 10 o'clock on a weekday morning, and I was just sitting here prepping a few dishes to have for the rest of the week for our family. Our daughter is back in school, thank goodness. She's happy. I have more time, and even though I have more time, I don't want to use it all for cooking. So I thought this is great. I'm doing some really quick things, and I'm going to kind of walk through my thought process. The cooking part's like not even much of it. You've already probably done a lot of this stuff. If you've been making Moji Masala, just some marinating tandoori chicken, using a little Garam masala in some ground beef. But I'm going to kind of give you like sort of how I transfer or transition this into like multiple different meals so that everyone's a little bit happy. So what I have here is a pound of, this is a beautiful grass-fed ground beef. And I have here some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And what I'm going to do, we can start with the beef, is my daughter likes different kinds of things and doesn't want to eat the same thing every day. So it doesn't help to like make like one big lasagna or one big, batch of meatballs to have. Sorry, it's not a big deal. So instead, what I'm going to do is take a pound and I'm going to make different things out of it. I'm going to just add a little garam masala and salt, which this garam masala is so flavorful. And what I love about it is that it transitions to kind of like anything really well. So I'm not going to add the typical stuff of just chili and garlic and ginger and all of that, because if I just add the garam masala and the salt, it's really well seasoned. And if you want to put it in like make meatballs and put it in a marinara, it just tastes flavorful. You don't have this strong feeling like, oh, it's kind of Indian, but it's kind of Italian. It's not really meant to be fusion as much as it's really meant to just be like add a ton of flavor. And then the same ground beef is going to be kind of rolled up into mini hot dog. My daughter loves hot dogs, so I don't really like giving her the traditional hot dog with fillers and God knows what else is in it. But she's just into the shape and having it in a hot dog bun. I'll make a couple of those. And then I'll take the rest, and if there's a little left over, maybe I'll make one hamburger. And then I can decide what I want to do. I might freeze the meatballs and have them next week or in a few days, or I just don't know, so I don't want to waste it. And I JD's not eating a lot of red meat these days. I am, so maybe I'll, put aside a little for myself. So the idea is you can just like think about who's eating what and make different things out of it. Just very flavorful and will translate to like so many dishes that you're already making maybe. With the chicken, it's going to be kind of like that traditional Tandoori-Style chicken, which is, this masala here. I'm using boneless, skinless thighs this time, and I'm actually going to use yogurt instead of tomato paste. It becomes a little bit more family friendly, the boneless, skinless. The yogurt is something I didn't have tomato paste today, so I'm using yogurt. It works great. Even if you just had olive oil, it would work great. Just something to make it a little pasty. You don't taste a yogurty flavor at the end of the day. But what's also great about the boneless, skinless is our daughter will just, it's delicious. She'll just take it and eat. She'll eat a couple of these. Just pick it up. They're small. There's no bone. There's no skin. There's nothing, quote unquote, gross. And then I'll take 3 or 4 of these. I eat salads like every day. I'll chop up my romaine, and I'll take the chicken out of the fridge the next day, slice it up. I might warm it a little bit, maybe not. Maybe just have like a beautiful Tandoori-Style chicken salad with just romaine, cheese, and some almonds and olive oil. Delicious. Again, translates beautifully. And then if maybe I wasn't going to do that this week, what I would do is just maybe marinate this, leave 3 out for my daughter to eat, maybe for dinner tonight or tomorrow, and then freeze the rest, and I would freeze them in sets of 2 so that I could, again, eat them in a few days, eat them next week, eat them in a couple of weeks. So that's the idea here. I am going to just walk you through just visually the marination. I'm not going to make all of that. We'll show you the final stuff later of all the things we made out of it. But I do want to show you a little bit of how we're doing the meat. I think probably the chicken you might be a little bit used to. So with this, all I'm going to do is here's the ground beef. I'm going to I cut up half an onion, and as I look at it, it just looks like too much onion. You know, I just maybe throw another little bit of chop. So this is really about a quarter of a medium-sized yellow onion. And I'm going to do the spice first. So this is took a pound of meat. I took a teaspoon of our garam masala. This is one of the few packets that actually isn't like single serve, because it's meant to be used as you need it. Super versatile, super flavorful. All garam masalas are not the same because everyone has their own garam masala recipe. My mom's Moji's is strong, tons of black cardamom. There's a lot going on in this, and it's really flavorful, but no heat, no chili. Garam masala isn't typically like that. So it's a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of the garam masala to go with this pound ground beef. So I'm just going to sprinkle that in here. And like I said, about a quarter of one medium-sized chopped yellow onion. So now I'm just going to mix it. You can add egg. I really keep it simple, but what I do add is water. The egg will kind of give it a little bit better texture. But I find it's kind of like fine without it if you do the water. If you have a very lean meat, maybe that just isn't that sticky at all, you could do that. Or if you're gonna maybe like put these on the pan so that if you want them to be a little bit more kebab-ish, that kind of does help. So what you really want to get the spice blended in well, and I don't want to use olive oil or any kind of fat because obviously the ground beef has a lot of fat in it, so it's going to be too greasy if I kind of use an oil. But if you don't mind, you can go ahead and it helps sort of spread the masala a little better if you do use oil. I'm not going to do that. A little kneading, really just like you'd knead dough. This is kind of how you do it. You get in there, you fold it in. I don't know if they can see this, JD.
Yeah, of course.
Hi, Coralie.
Okay.
Hey, Coach Dan. Hi. You're back. A couple of folks joined. One of my basketball friends joined, which is good.
So if you've just joined, we're just sort of showing the versatility of our spices, taking a little garam masala and adding it to our ground beef with onions to make a variety of things. I'm going to be making kind of hot dogs for my daughter, meatballs for some pasta sauce I'm going to make in a few days, and I might end up freezing some. I'll see. And then we're doing some tandoori chicken, which we'll use to make tandoori-style chicken salad with the chicken in it, and which will also just be eaten kind of whole by my daughter who loves this. Okay, so we're gonna adding water, just enough to get it like kind of a little wet and sticky. Actually, it kind of feels a little weird, but it really kind of keeps the moisture really in, just kind of, and keeps the whole thing really sticking together. So not using the egg there. Okay, a little bit more. This whole thing was about 2 ounces, and I've basically used 1 ounce of water here, so just to give you a sense. Okay. There. Okay, that's that. And now in this bowl, I'm using our tandoori-style baked chicken recipe that's online. It goes alongside with this packet here. And then I always like to, we don't rip it up and open just because like to show you kind of what's in it. And when inside the packet, it's already mixed in. Oh shoot, yeah. So we've got the garam masala, cumin, coriander, garlic, ginger, chili, salt, and my daughter's going to be eating this. This is not so spicy that like she can't eat it. So I like to point that out. It's actually a very family-friendly recipe. It's like delicious and tasty, a slight bit of heat. It's a great way to get younger kids or people who are not as acclimated to Indian food to heat. So I'm just going to dump that in this yogurt, and I have about a couple tablespoons of oil in there. Just going to mix that in. Make a nice paste. The yogurt, I don't use Greek yogurt typically when I do this, or if I do, I make sure to add them in a bit of water. But the non-Greek yogurt is it's obviously more wet. It has water in it that gets taken out for Greek yogurt, but it kind of makes it easier to spread. Okay, so just have this. I started with the beef so that I could do the chicken with my hands next. So I'm going to just add this in here. I'll just coat it with a spoon, but I am going to get in there with my hands to really get the marinade all over on the inside and stuff. So at this point, we're prepping here, looking at the week ahead. I'm not quite sure what we're going to be eating, when we're going to be eating, who's going to want what. But this can marinate for a couple days. So, it's sitting here. We just got the chicken this morning. It'll go in for 1 to 2 days. I might pull one of these out later tonight and make it for her. But now, with very little effort, I could offer her spaghetti meatballs. I could offer her a hot dog. I could offer some chicken. I can have some salad for myself, in the middle of my busy day. And that's really it. It's a couple packets, a lot of flavor. And it just transitions so well. If she might eat the hot dog one day, and the next day when she has the spaghetti and meatballs, there's no feeling like this is what I had yesterday, which is what I love about it. And that's it. That's the end product. The end product.
It's not the end
the
product.
Mixed product. The
part
raw.
one.
Part one.
Yeah.
And what we'll do is we'll make a bunch of stuff and show you, how easy it is to transform this into multiple meals. See you soon.
Bye.